back. We haven't been together for a while. It's been a very cold winter. I haven't seen you for like 4 months.
Yeah, I haven't seen Todd at all. Maybe we just go back and forth with an email every now and then. And as you guys know, I used to also put out videos of my own. I have not done that. I have really taken time off. I had a baby that's going on 2 years old. I've been busy with that. And I kind of just wanted to step back from it. And to touch on that is me and Todd, you know, we had signed... what was the name of the company we signed with Gene Simmons and all that?
Think Factory.
Think Factory. And I was actually up for a TV show with Todd. Both of us were. Our own show, which you may have heard about in the past. And we kind of, at that point, that's when the videos really started to almost a trickle effect. And then altogether a complete stop because we were waiting to see where that was going to go. Well, long story short, it went nowhere. Yep. And just kind of we're just getting back into the groove right now. But both of us I'm still out picking and hunting, just not on the level I was. The inventory is all still sitting there. And but hell, I've been doing this my whole life. So I'm just gonna right now this summer, I'm gonna get back into it a little bit more. And we do want to put out a lot more videos because I do want to give you guys product. Except I'd like to give you a better product than that was done before. Basically, we've been reassessing. Procrastinating, all those wonderful things.
It's been a bad winter. We're talking 20 below a lot of days, weeks without getting above zero. Snowfall, bad roads. It was just kind of, and myself, I just kind of kicked back with a little bit of inventory, did some flipping on eBay. I didn't go out and do anything really.
Real small eBay.
So and
the thing is right now I'm actually readjusting because after over 10 plus years being a single father, going out there 5 days a week, hitting dumpsters, scraping, getting inventory, selling on eBay, I burnt out, and now the game has changed. I am not out in the alleys anymore as much as I used to be. I'm more now. It's come down to it's time to. If you ever watch that show about the gold, I got to run that dirt. I've got to take all my inventory and I got to sell it and then reassess at that situation. So the only stuff I want to bring in now is really high-end, vintage antiques with big ticket prices. I want to move away. That's I've always mentioned this before. Constantly upgrading. So that's where I'm at right now. Kind of a life change. With the baby, slowing down. Like I said, I was more used to picking. I've never been a seller. I've always been more of I like to get out there and find it. But now I kind of have to put that on rest and focus more on selling because otherwise I'm going to be a hoarder and I'm going to drown in this crap. So that's the number one lesson I can tell you. Sell, sell, sell. Keep your inventory organized. If not, begin to organize it. Figure something out because you'll lose your inventory to damage, laziness, and sooner or later you'll just be buried and you won't even be able to get to it anymore because you'll have piles and piles of crap. The hell with that.
Yep. Today we're just going to, he's coming over, I've got a few garage sale items, some Misery collectibles and that, and we're just going to kind of just talk a little bit, maybe show you a few things, and the two of us camera off, kind of make our plan for 2014 here. So.
Yeah, and the Misery products is what he's talking about is his band Misery. I've been buying, I think if you'll notice one of the older videos, I bought a bunch of the vinyl. And I've been selling that on eBay. Now, I paid $5 a piece on the vinyl. Most of them are still in the shrink. And I've been selling them. Originally, I was trying to get $25 a pop. Didn't work. I bumped it down now to $12. So I've been making maybe $7 profit, but then you take your seller fees into it and your listing fees. So maybe I make a couple, $3-4 on each album, but still, just a little bread and butter. And the only reason I do that is, you know, I love vinyl and I love metal and punk rock. So I kind of like staying with, dabbling with that. And besides that, I get them for $5 a piece.
So anyway.
So how you doing?
I'm doing good.
We're both above ground. How old are you now?
Oh, I don't even want to mention. I'm about as old as you.
Say it.
48.
48?
Yeah.
I'm 46.
Oh, okay. You're
Soon to be 47.
You're going to be there in about 2 weeks.
August, yeah.
So
it's over, Johnny.
I don't know. I think we're doing pretty well for our age, though, other than our bad backs.
Yeah, that's what's scary, is because at our age, it's kind of a limbo period, because you don't know if you're coming or going.
Yeah.
I consider the death toll is between 40, or you could even say 35 and like 65. That is a deadly window for people our age, because you sit there and you're thinking, okay, like what we're doing, I'm going to sell this, I'm going to do that, but in the back of your head now, constantly what wasn't there in your youth is like, knock,
somebody
knock.
else gonna have to move this stuff
Guess
out
who's
for me.
coming?
Yeah.
Death is coming. So you don't know what awaits you. So yeah, it's just a constant kind of you.
And I've seen people that can smoke 10 packs a day and live to 90, and people who are out, you know, exercising on their bicycles every day drop at 55. It's just, you don't even know what's going on now.
Yeah, it's real interesting.
But,
and I've seen something, this is totally off topic, of course, we're rambling, but I seen something on the news last night. People that run a lot, they're dropping left and right, and they're saying people that just maybe just walk once a week. I do mall walking, by the way. I walk for 3 hours on Sunday, 10 miles, and it is hell. But whatever, if it'll keep me above ground an extra day, I'm all for it.
All right. You ready to look at some stuff?
Sure, what do you got?
All right.
Let's see what's going on here. Todd said that he told me, he's been tormenting me for months now, saying, I've got inventory, come and get it. I got things I want to sell you. I got things I want to give you for free. So we're going to take a peek and see what the hell's going on, huh? Hey now!
To start out with here, I got some really obscure misery stuff.
Here, let me thumb through them.
I talked to you about those CDs I just kind of threw up there.
Yeah.
But some of those 1995 uncensored misery videos are right there up on top still in their shrink wrap. Those are so rare. I can't remember. I privately released those myself. If I did 100 or 200 of those, and they're already, 19 years old?
Yeah.
Misery as a band took a lot of flack for those videos back when they came out because, 19 years ago, people weren't used to seeing nudity, drug use, and all the punk rock craziness that was going on.
Yeah.
Now it's like this world is so fast, nobody even thinks twice about anything like that
Yeah, this
anymore.
is just the reality of it. This is really, when it says uncensored, I've seen this video.
Oh, yeah.
This is the stuff that goes on at parties across America, punk rock parties, gutter punks, metal, whatever the hell you want to fall under category. But these are hardcore. But the thing is they're not porn. It's music, and it's just the reality of life, and these are how these kids live. So these are almost documentaries in a way. For someone that maybe isn't familiar with the punk rock life, this will shock the hell out of you.
Plus there's some penises in it too.
Yeah,
so.
penises always shock.
Now, I also found some of this is something you've never had before.
I haven't.
As I unearthed the box deep in a closet. This is 4 copies of an album that's probably just as old as that video, Who's the Fool? We only put out a few 12-inch vinyls.
Huh.
And that's so that's probably about 19, 20 years old.
See, look at this one's interesting.
It's a gatefold, but they're not sealed. They never were.
Interesting gatefold. This is about as generic a gatefold as you can get. I've never even seen one like this.
So with the times,
And I'm not shredding it. I'm just saying. I've never seen one on this level of gatefold. I think I've heard this album. This is the one
it's a brutal
I think
album.
I get on CD. This is brutal. So yeah, this is a rare bird.
And then the one underneath it is a 12-inch LP that's got Misery on one side of Extinction of Mankind on the other side.
Extinction of Mankind.
They are still together. They are from England. They're actually on a U.S. tour right now. Unfortunately, they're not going to be playing in Minneapolis. But they've been together for a long time also.
Nobody comes here.
That I just kind of threw in because I found that album. That is a compilation of all Minneapolis punk rock bands from probably early mid-'90s. And I only have one of those albums.
Never heard of one of them except for the only punk rock band that matters.
You want to know something?
Misery.
Yeah, then that's the only band that's still together on that whole
and
page
I guarantee
there.
You, I don't care what anyone says. There is no other punk metal band in the Twin Cities, and Misery doesn't get any freaking respect other than maybe a small punk rock crowd. But unknown. And there's another pitiful band called Misery, so wherever they are, they can suck it. Because they are not.
And then I just found a couple more of those if you're even interested. But
yeah, I am. I've got a stack of these at home, but I've been selling these slowly.
This is it. This is everything in the house. Obviously, I'm keeping pairs of everything for myself, and the rest can go.
And actually, if you're into metal, Misery's good. I mean, it's not crap. And it's not like Sore Throat or Extreme Noise Terror. It's not just blast beats for 10 seconds and shit like that. And it's not old school punk. I wouldn't call it either. Honestly, if I was going to compare it to a punk band or a metal band, I would say Sacrilege, which is way underground. You might not even know who they are. But they had a female singer. But just a real, or Prophecy of Doom, which maybe they ain't even called metal, but just more
metal punk. That's what I call it.
Yeah, it's punk because of the attitude and the lyrics, but the music is metal when it really comes down to it. Sludgy, doomy, death metal. What do we got here, Todd?
All right. This is a tattooing hospital instrument sterilizer. I probably bought it about 7 years ago.
Yep.
when you tattoo, you use a new needle and you use a metal tube. Now, since in the last 7 years, they've come out with disposable tubes also. Mm-hmm. So new needle, new plastic tube. You don't really
need a sterilizer.
You still need one in the shop. Obviously, it's part of the law. But I don't really tattoo any longer. And if I were to ever tattoo myself or something like that, I would just work with disposable stuff.
Yep.
So this has never been used. It's probably
for an old school.
Yeah, it's worth something to somebody. It's only about 7 years old, but it's one of those things.
Is that all it's used for? Is tattooing?
Hospital.
Or is it just a sterilizer?
I've also heard of people growing hallucinogenic mushrooms in them too.
Is that the one you got from Nurse?
No, like I said, I bought this about 7 years ago.
All right.
This is something I try to sell on eBay, but you lift it up, it probably weighs 15 pounds.
Yeah.
Costs too much to ship, not really worth anything. Probably get 10, 20 bucks at a garage sale. You have garage sales, I flip on eBay, so I figured I'd give you this item.
Mm-hmm. So it's a hospital sterilizer.
Yes.
For tattooing, basically. Is where it's going to be used.
You could use it for scalpels. You could use it for tattoo needles.
Okay. Oh, this is awesome. Because I need this.
What this is obviously do a lot of video projects. In the old days, everything was on VHS. You hook a VHS to this and you burn it to DVD. This was an expensive item about 7 years ago, but technology has changed a bit. It's only good for somebody that has a big VHS collection and wants to bump it over
transfer everything
to a DVD. Now, the only problem with a lot of VHS, if it was a pre-recorded movie, they had some kind of encoding, so you couldn't copy it. But if you have anything on camera, on VHS and that, you can bump it over to DVD. Or it also has an input for TV, so you could record something off TV onto a DVD.
So home movies, etc. If you had a ton of VH.
Technology has changed. Was a high buck item. Now it's not worth a whole lot. Something to give to you to sell at a garage sale.
Yep.
All right, so what I got here is an extremely old Toro. Doubt it's running. I actually just found this part for it here and set it on top. And there's another part. Get to see this very old basement here. Found this cover for it. Just figured give it to Mike. Some old codger down there will probably get all excited when he sees how old this thing, it's good for parts, good for somebody that's building. Might flip you a 10 or a 20 for it.
It's an old motor.
But it's an antique, so that's what we deal in. Not frozen.
So people want it because of the motor, and number one, it's a small little mower. So what I'll probably do is I'll clean it up and see if I can get it running, and then I'll sell it. More as someone will want it. I'll actually try to get more. I'll try to get like $50 for it, which you probably say is obnoxious and probably will never happen, but maybe it will. If I clean it up nice enough and if I can actually get it running, it's a tiny little mower, someone that maybe has a real small yard or maybe a real small strip of land on the side of the house. A normal mower can't fit in. With its size and all, this is perfect. Tiny yard, small, and these old things are just so simply made that there's really no reason.
Yeah, once you get it running, it'll run forever because there's nothing to break down. Yep. Everything in these days seems to not last very long because there's just too many little parts in that. This is just old.
It caught my eye just because it's neat looking. And so I had inquired about it a couple years ago, and here we go. Here it is.
Well, anyway, I think that's a good shoot for today.
Totally.
There's going to be more coming this spring. We just figured we would get out there and post something. So
get out there, keep picking. I'm still doing it. I've just pulled it back a little bit, but I'm ready to dive back in. I'm only 46. I got a long life ahead of me, knock on wood. Lots of picking, lots of treasures to find, and there's tons of things to show you at the house. I've got great stories, great items, and you can guarantee that it's going to be coming for you to watch soon, and hopefully better tips, because I'm really going to try to focus and give you things that you can really use when you're out there picking and hunting, because I'm always, as a picker, I'm always looking for magazines, video. I don't watch so many videos on YouTube, which is probably the wrong thing to do. I've watched a few, but I try to get books and see what people have to say about selling. And I've learned a lot, so I've been reading a lot, studying. You can never stop learning, and you can never know enough about this business. And I guarantee you, if you think you know everything, then you've just screwed yourself, because no one ever knows everything. That is what's great about this business. Everyone knows something, a little bit about this and that, but it's always a learning process, so you have to keep learning. Don't ever get so cocky to think that you know it all, because it just isn't going to happen. But keep picking, keep hunting. Hey now!